Hi, I'm Catherine Bell, and today I will be showing you how to sew a circle skirt. Now for your circle skirt, you're going to need a rectangle piece of paper, and you want to make sure that the edges are square. You will need two measurements for this skirt, your waist measurement and also the desired length of your skirt. The first measurement that you'll use is your waist measurement, and what you want to do is take that and divide it by 6.28. 6.28 is 2 times pi, which will help you create this curve for your waistline. Now, whatever number that you get, it should be a number maybe around 8 or so, under 10. Whatever number you get, you're going to start from the corner part and measure down however many inches, that measurement, and create a curve. One way you can create that curve is by using a protractor, or you can use this little nifty diagram shows how you can use a pin, a piece of yarn, and a pencil. And by pinning it down in the corner, right here, you just want to make sure that your yarn is at least that same length that your measurement divided by that 6.28 is, and then you'll use your pencil to create that curve. Just hold it taut and keep it going. Let the pencil follow the curve by itself. Now, the next measurement that you'll use is your desired skirt length. And you're going to measure from your waist length, that curve that you just drew, and you're going to measure down. I wanted mine to be about 25 inches long, and so I measured down from my waist length, 25 inches, and then you're going to go onto this side of the paper, measure down 25 inches, and make a mark there also. Now you're going to use that same method that you used again. You can have a large protractor, or you can use the yarn and pencil again, and pin it again at the corner. You always want to start from the corner, and then just make sure that those 25 inches, you want to make sure that they connect in a curve. And so that's your first pattern for your skirt part, and you're pretty much almost done. You do want to make sure that you add a hem also onto your skirt. You can do that after or before. And you can also do that by adding, like I added on 1 inch, but you can add on 1/2 inch, whatever pleases you. So once your skirt is finished, you'll have a piece that looks like this. And you want to label it just so that you can keep track of all your pattern pieces. This is going to be your front back circle skirt, and what you're going to do is cut 2 on the fold, and this is your fold line. Okay, so next what we're going to create is your waistband, and again you're going to be using your waist measurement. What you're going to do is just take your waist measurement and divide that in half, and what that will create is your front waistband and also your back waistband. Now you want to cut 4 of these because 2 will be used for the interfacing and the other 2 will be the outer actual waistband part. You want to make sure that you have 2 pieces of it out of interfacing to provide that stability in your waistband. And now let's move on to cutting it out. So when you cut out your circle skirt, you have your waistband and you already have the circle part ready. You want to make sure that you cut 2 on the fold, 1 for your front and 1 for your back. And then you want to make sure that you cut 4 out of the waistband. 1 for your actual waistband, and then another section is for your facing part. One thing you want to note is that when you made your circle skirt, it did not have a seam allowance on the edge, and you want to provide that so that you can insert a zipper. So once you cut those out, then we'll be ready to sew. You want to start with your skirt front and back, and you want to put right sides together. And first what we're going to do is sew the right side seam. We're going to start from the beginning and sew all the way down. And remember that we have a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so you want to keep that lined up. You want to back stitch to lock that stitch in there. And just keep on sewing until you get to the hem of your skirt. So once you have your right side sewn, you want to go to your left side, and remember that we're putting in a zipper. So you want to leave about 6 inches or so of space before you start sewing. And I measured down and put a little notch there. But then we're just doing the same thing. We're going to sew at that 1/2 inch mark for our seam allowance and sew all the way down to the hem. So once you have your skirt sides sewn together, you're just going to set those aside. And next what we're going to work on is the waistband. With your waistband, you had 2 sections. One was your outer waistband and the inner part was your facing. What you want to do first is sew each of those sections together. So this is my outer waistband, and I sewed a seam down the side, and then also on my facing part of the waistband I did the same thing and sewed a seam down the side, and I also serged it, which you can do to stop all this fraying. So once you have that done, we're going to piece those together like so and sew along that waist line, sewing 1/2 inch. Just like that. Now to help this facing lay down a little bit flatter, I'm going to actually understitch really close to the seam, not right in that ditch, in that seam line, but really close there. And we're sewing on the facing. Start there. I'd say about 1/8 of a way from the seam. And like I said, that understitching is going to help your facing lie down really flat. Okay, and there we have it. A waistband. Even pressing that just maybe once again will help it lay down. So that all you see, really your goal is to only see that front part. The inner part is just for stability. Okay, so you're almost done. All you have left to do is insert your zipper. And you can either insert an invisible zipper or just your regular standard zipper into your side seam. And then you also want to finish your hem. And like I had done at the beginning, I put in 1 inch hem on mine, but you can also do whatever you did if you did a 1/2 inch. But then you have your circle skirt and you're ready to wear it for the spring, or if you would like to wear a more heavier weighted fabric, you can wear it in the winter like mine. All right, until next time, thank you.